Today the topic is deja vu, and we've got some correspondence from two men, Ham. Two men that want the same name. It feels strange. We've covered this up before. That's why it really comes under deja vu. But Ham, we'll quickly explain.
Here's what's happened, Nando. We were contacted by a guy many weeks ago on this show, a guy called Squincy Bones. He's an international listener. He's writing from Chile. He showed us a picture of a dog that looked like Richard Gere. That actually started Dogglegangers trend that's at our website, hamishandandy.com.
Definitely go and check out Dogglegangers.
Submit a Doggleganger if you got one. We're making a calendar at the end of the year. It's going to be great.
Any dog that looks like a human celebrity.
That's right. So everything was going well until we were contacted by a guy called Andy Woodford. And he was gutted because he said, whoever this guy is writing from Chile is calling himself Squincy Bones. I'm Squincy Bones, and I've written to the show before. We started trawling back through a few emails. We had to weigh up who the real Squincy was. We found out that Squincy Bones was actually a name that popped up, maybe that neither of them submitted.
Yeah, on Chums Group.
Which was our social networking page that took down Facebook. You probably read about it in the news. That's where Squincy Bones first popped up. On the back of that, we had to really give it to Chili Squincy because he'd featured on the show so heavily because he kicked off Dogglegangers. Well, Andy Woodford, who's not Chili Squincy, this is Andy Woodford Squincy. He's furious. He's written in...
He might be Brizzy Squizzy.
He's Brizzy Squincy. Brisbane Squincy. He's written in, he said, guys, true Squincy Bones here. Shattered upon hearing the news that Chili Squincy has been awarded the alias of Squincy Bones. I'd like to think this was a mistake because
that's a go at us.
His Doggleganger story has been impressive, but it doesn't have any credibility, and its goodwill has not been established as the identity of Squincy Bones. Chili Squincy's ridden off the coattail of the true Squints, and to be awarded one of the coveted gold watches, while the true Squincy Bones was left watchless, coastless, and mugless is a travesty. Because the Chili Squincy did get a watch.
Yeah, we did. This is the rare gold-coloured watch of the happy hour.
Andy Woodford, Brisbane Squincy, writes, there is a greyhound that's only weeks away from making his debut named Squincy Bones. He manages the syndicate that owns Squincy Bones.
So they've got
a dog called Squincy Bones.
Does it look like a celebrity?
It looks a bit like Fred Bassett.
Okay, cool.
Greyhound Squincy Bones does not need this sort of scandal and saga in the lead up to his big debut race. Happy to discuss. She is Squincy Bones, a.k.a. Trixie Rigatoni, which is the nickname we tried to give Andy Woodford to make this mess go away.
Yeah. We also said that if you ever have your identity thieved, it can be known as an Andy Woodford. You got Andy Woodford.
Yeah, so we're trying to make him famous.
Because
we love Andy.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no doubt about that. He's he's a very valuable member of the family, but I hope he understands the dilemma we're in. Chili Squincy writes in. He writes, the first time I wrote under my name, Squincy Bones, was in late September 2011, around the time Andy wasn't giving away his secret pickup line. I taunted him to spill the prowling beans and give us the line. Haim read out my email. They both had a good laugh and enjoyed the name, and that's why Woodfart, I think he said, go there at Andy Woodford, decided to nick my name, because it worked. Because we're both having a laugh at Squincy Bones. Also, a major hole in his week story was that he told us his name is Andy Woodfart. That's his name, Andy Woodfart. My name is Squincy Bones. Squincy Bones. He gives you a phonetic pronunciation. Richard Gere Discovery was the next and only other legitimate input you've ever had from Squincy Bones on air. And just quietly, what a ripper.
Okay, so he's 2 from 2 over 2 years.
So then I wrote back and we said, listen, Andy Woodford, Brisbane Squincy's come back saying that the wrong choice has been made. Chili Squincy gets angry. Damn you, Woodfart. I bet he wrote in with more tripe, the conniving pelican. The name is a play on the name Quincy Jones, the famous American composer-producer. I happen to be squinty at times as well, so the name fits perfectly. I'd love to hear Woodfart's explanation.
Have we heard back from Woodford?
We haven't heard back from Woodford.
Right. So who are you? I mean, this is an appeal. Essentially, Andy Woodford is appealing our decision to give Chili Squincy, who we don't know his real name,
his real name is Niall.
Okay, to give Niall the official alias Squincy Bones. Look, is this appeal being upheld?
What do you think? I mean, it's so confusing already.
Yeah, I think if anyone... Look, a coaster should go to anyone who's followed this the way it's we described.
We've got 2 guys that think they own Squincy Bones, the name. And we've got a dog now involved that is also called Squincy Bones. Here's one of my rulings. Okay. The dog keeps its name.
Yeah.
That is ruled.
And I think Andy keeps the dog.
So therefore, he does own Squincy Bones, the dog. He's also able to keep Trixie Rigatoni. Chili Squincy may also keep Squincy Bones, the name.
If you want the name, if Andy Woodford wants the name that bad, give Chili the dog.
And this is why we failed our audition as the judge for Judge Judy. Sorry, Squinces, we love you both.